Sorry guys. You know, it's a little bit of fire ants this morning too. Pain in the butt. Good morning everybody. Getting ready to start the live stream on YouTube. Rotate device. That's crap. Sorry guys. Wow. Alright. Sorry guys. Had to get that set up. So, back again, Sunday. You know, ready to get this day going. Damn fire ant this morning. Gotta love that. But anyway, yeah, the last couple of weeks we worked on some Muay Thai techniques, like the jab, the cross, the hook, you know what I'm saying, the uppercut, the escape, you know. Now we'll work on, you know, the Teep, you know, the thrust kick, you know, and then we'll work on, you know, left roundhouse and right roundhouse. Alright, there's a lot that goes on with all these moves. There's a lot that goes on. It's not just, you know, sitting here, standing here, doing this number here. But you see a lot of unexperienced people do, staying flat-footed, not moving around. Like, that's not good Muay Thai, okay? I've been seeing a lot of people on YouTube that are Muay Thai, and they might be beginners or whatever, need to keep practicing. But some of these guys we'll be seeing on this YouTube are not Muay Thai practitioners. But, hey, at least they're trying. Just be careful with who you watch and who you trust. That's all I gotta say. Well, anyway, so let's begin. So we'll get back in stance. You know, stance is your castle. You know, you want to remain fluid in this. You know, loose. Don't want to remain stiff. You know, and of course this will come with time. You know, being able to be loose with it. You know, I used to be stiff as hell. I used to sit there and be rock hard and just sit there, take punches and shit. That is no good. That's the last thing you want to do is take punches. You know, you don't want to block as many punches with your face as you can. You know, that's not how fighting works. You want to be able to hit and not be hit. But anyway, let's get back to it. So we'll get in stance. So, you know, the Teep kick, which is this kick, is like the jab. Okay, the Teep is to keep people back. Like if they're coming, if you just finish off something and they're still coming forward, bam, get back. That's what the Teep's for. Okay, and it's not this. That's not the Teep. Okay, that's a push kick. That's a different kind of kick. The Teep is more just one solid, like the leg stays straight. Okay, the leg stays straight, comes up, and then with your hips, like you come up on your toe, and you give a little pivot, okay? Because that gives the power with the push of the Teep. So you come up and whoosh, okay? Come up and whoosh, okay? Up, whoosh. And if you see my back toe, I don't know if you can see that or not. You can probably see it on the static better. But my back toe is pointed at about 2 o'clock, okay? But when I'm finished coming up and doing my, it's pointed back at about 4 o'clock. Okay, so that pivot takes it from 2 to 4. But that's where the power comes from when you're doing the Teep. Okay, Teeps the keep back. Okay, keeps the people back, keep back. You know what I mean? Because you don't want people getting in close and beating you. So, hey, get back. And at the same time, you want to keep your hands up. You don't want to drop your hands and do this. No, I don't want to do that. I want to keep your hands up. You know what I'm saying? That keeps you protected. A lot of guys like to drop their hands, you know, and that's a bad thing to do. Because when guys are coming in, you know, they'll throw something just to get you to throw the teep, step to the side, and bam, ding your ass up. You know, when you are throwing the teep, it is easy to push the leg to the side and whack. Okay, so you gotta be careful, keep them hands up. That's why. You know, don't ever drop the hands when throwing the teep. Bad, good. Alright. Next comes the thrust kick. You know, sometimes, usually after I push my opponents back with the teep, I'll come, and that gives that banger of a kick. Depending on if you're fighting in a cage or on the ring with the ropes, you can utilize that kick, set them up with the teep, whop, bang, kick them off the ropes, whack, whack, finish them off. You know what I mean? There is a static, sorry I went off the view of the camera there, but there is a static feed, so you'll be able to see that when that comes out. But that thrust kick is coming with all your body weight. You know, you're coming up, that's where you are coming to here. There's a step, you step out, forward, come up, boom! Alright? Like you're putting in all your body weight in that. You know, and that's going to make a man fly. That's one of the toughest kicks out there. Alright? So you can practice that over and over again. Teep, thrust kick. Teep, thrust kick. Teep, thrust kick. Now remember, keep them hands up all the time. I see you in the chat, guys. What's up, man? I can't, oh, they went away. But I see chats sometimes. What's up? Yeah, peace, guys. What's up? Yeah. Welcome to Muay Thai. Early in the morning, too. I like getting this shit done early, man, so I can have the rest of my day. Ain't no sense in sleeping the day away. All that shit's for bums. The poor dirt farmer, what's up, brother? Hey, man, you'll get it. You know, it's a lot of technique in this shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys get out there flat-footed and they think they're throwing these kicks. No, man, there's a lot of technique in it. But we'll get there, you know? Believe me, I didn't get this good overnight. Like, it's been years, you know, years of this shit. And I trained under Augie Lopez. Augie's Art of War, Broomfield, Colorado. Fought in the Rocky Mountain Bad Boys League. You know, love that shit. Anyway, let's get back to it. Alright, so the teep again. Teep, thrust kick. Teep, thrust kick. You know, and again, the reason why we utilize that thrust kick, bang, because I want to make that man fly. That's the one I'm trying to hurt the man with. I'm trying to get him tucked over so I can dink his head. You know, I want that man, bam, I want him tucked, come with the hook, knees even. You know, I want to beat him up, but we'll get there to those moves later. Alright, now stance. Get back in stance. Now, if you remember from the jab, there's a step, right? We're going to go with the right roundhouse for the orthodox position right now. So you throw your jab with that step. That step, what I remember telling you guys, is that step sets you up for the kicks, for everything. You know, so you can hit your opponent with a cross. That step is everything. It closes the distance against the opponent. So now we're going to work on the kick. So we take our step, right? You can throw the jab if you want to, right? We take our step, but as soon as we take our step, we're going to bring our hand back, throw this hand out, come up on your toes. This knee is going to be where you're going to aim your kick. Okay, we're going to go mid, and then we want to get up on the toe back here, and there's a rotation in the hip, and you want to throw your hand down. Keep this hand up, but this right here gets the rotation. Okay. So we're going to finish our rotation. As soon as we get our knee up here and finish our rotation, we kick our leg to bring the circle for the roundhouse, okay? So we'll throw our jab, we'll come out here, we'll raise up, we'll give it the pivot, and then finish out. And you should circle all the way around. So on one solid movement, it should look like this. Okay? And remember, there's a step with the left foot and a pivot. So you step and you pivot. Okay? You pivot. When you pivot, that's when you drop your arm. You're bringing that power and it's helping you balance. Okay, this hand stays up to block for counter punches and kicks. Because when you're throwing punches or kicks, that other man's going to be probably doing the same thing. Okay, so you want to protect yourself. So we'll come up, we'll pivot, and we'll finish it. All right, one solid movement. Okay, you can make the noise too. It helps. You know, we'll go low kick. Same thing with the low. The mid is more up here. The low is there. The high is the same thing, but you don't need to worry about that just yet. We'll get you there. But where your knee goes is where that shin goes. And you kick with your shin. You don't kick with your foot. A lot of guys think that they're kicking with the foot. It's not true. In Muay Thai, we kick with the shin. It's equivalent to getting hit with a baseball bat or a sledgehammer. Does more damage, covers more area, and it protects your limbs. If you kick with your foot, you're going to break your shit. Kick with your shin, you'll be fine. Don't recommend going out and kicking the hardest things or getting in fights thinking that you can block them and kick with your shin right now, because it does take conditioning to get to that point. Okay, legs can be broken. But yeah, we'll go back to it. So we'll go back to the teep. Yo, teep. Right? Yo, teep. Thrust kick. Right? Now roundhouse. You see? So we go teep. Roundhouse. Sorry, said that wrong. Cap blew threw me off. All right. So we go teep. Thrust kick. Roundhouse. Teep. Thrust kick. Roundhouse. Teep. Thrust kick. Roundhouse. Now that was a high kick. That would have kicked somebody in the head. And when you're kicking for the head anyway, you aim for the neck. Okay? If you aim for the neck, that's where you really want to hit. When you hit somebody in the head, yeah, it does hurt. It does more damage when you kick them in the neck. The shock, it's like whiplash, knocks them out. Okay? And there's a button there. All in this region, knockout. Behind the ear, it's all knockout. But so get back in stance. You know, throw that combo again. Now this is just a leg combo. You know, so we go. And that's the teep. Thrust kick. Round. Okay? You can, you know, since you've learned the jab, cross, hook, the uppercut, and the escape, now you know the teep, the thrust kick, the roundhouse. And that's the right roundhouse. So you can make up your own combinations, you know, utilizing whatever kicks and punches you want to use. You know, when you start learning combos, you know, you can mix them up too. Make your own. You know, whack, whack, bang. Yeah. Now the left roundhouse for the orthodox, it's simple. You just hush. Okay. Now there's a pivot there. Whenever you are kicking, there are pivots. It gives you the power, and it sets up for things. So when you do your left, you snap it. But there's a pivot. And you bring it right back. Okay, it's like my feet's digging in back here from doing the pivoting. So, and again, just like your teep, your left is your speed. You know, I like throwing my left roundhouse when I see somebody coming in for a jab, because you know they're going to take that step. As soon as I see it, boom, take them off, knock them off balance. And as soon as I get them off balance with the left, I come with the right cross, left hook, into the roundhouse. Whew. Okay? Beautiful combo. Takes time to get it, but you will get it. Just takes time. Okay? So, you know, I come in, You know, get the jab, cross, hook, roundhouse. Okay, you know, jab, cross, hook, roundhouse. Okay. So we'll come with the left. We'll go with the left left roundhouse. So we'll go left roundhouse, right cross, left hook, right roundhouse. Okay? You go left roundhouse, right cross, left hook, right roundhouse. Finish back. Okay? Left roundhouse, right cross, left hook, right roundhouse. Okay? Beautiful combo. That's one of the first ones you'll learn. Great for the cardio, you know, keep moving. That's great stuff. Already sweating here. Beautiful. Alright. So let's work that left roundhouse combo first. So left roundhouse, right cross, left hook, right roundhouse. Back to position. Keep doing that over and over and over again. You know, so it becomes muscle memory. Takes about, and that's an estimate, 1,000 repetitions for it to become muscle memory. And you want to make sure you're throwing the correct technique. You can throw something 1,000 times and it be thrown wrong. You want to make sure you do this in a mirror. You make sure everything looks good. You can critique yourself on it, just like I'm doing now with these videos. Hey, it's not just for you, it's for me too. It helps me critique myself, see where I'm weak at, see where I need to strengthen up at. You know, do them on videos too, so you see yourself live, you know. Beautiful. The cameras are wonderful. Alright. Well, so over the past weeks, again, we'll go over it. We've learned the jab, the cross, the hook, the uppercut, and the escape. Now we've learned the teep, the thrust kick, the roundhouse. Okay? And we learned the left roundhouse, the right cross, the left hook, the uppercut. Here. Bah! Like I said, again, you can mix up these damn combos. You know? You don't always want to lead out with a jab. Okay, that's just your first one. Like I'll throw like I'm going to throw a jab, throw a cross. You know? And as soon as I throw that cross, I come with the hook. Okay? I'll act like I'm going to throw a hook, throw a cross. You know? Act like I'm going to throw a cross, throw a jab and then throw a hook. You know, mix them up. You know, you don't want that opponent knowing everything you're going to throw. Oh, as soon as he throws that jab, I know he's coming with the cross, and they know what you're going to do. Mix it up. You know? And throw the fakes. Like I'm teaching you that a little bit in there too, to incorporate those. You can throw a fake, because that man's going to cover. And as soon as they cover up the wrong way, boom, right down the middle. You know what I'm saying? And also when you're throwing these punches, don't just come straight down the middle all the time. It's good to practice that, but it's good to mix it up a little bit. Because you never know where that guy's head going to be, because they're moving. Especially when you got a guy with good head movement. Alright? People tend to get too much doing this straightforward and forget that there's moving around. You got a whole world around you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway. Well, let's see where we're at. How long we've been doing this now? I said about 15 minutes. Well, I'm giving you 18 minutes. How about that? Alright, so one more time. Go over it again. If you got these videos, you just rewind them, rewatch them, slow them down. I try to go as slow as I can for you. Practice is slow first. Don't worry about speed off the gate. Practice slow. Like, and it doesn't matter, even if it's years down the road and you got this shit, it's still good to practice slow every once in a while. That way, you can see where you're fucking up at and what you need to do, you know, to fix it. Alright? Alright? Well, and always remember to protect yourself. Well, I'm going to end it up here. Thanks for coming out again. J-Dub Audits here. Going to be back out in the field here soon. We did have a little issue with our van. Don't know if it was tampered with. Can't quite say that just yet. But it is kind of awkward, some of the things that keep happening to our vehicle. And it keeps shitting out on us. This last time we had the universal bolt, right? There's a U-clamp. Somehow that motherfucker just ripped apart somehow. So that's we gotta fix that next. It dragged our damn drivetrain a good little bit, so we need a new one of those. That's $1,000. We'll do the work ourselves. It's just right now catching up on bills after getting out of jail unlawfully really does have a fucking, it really halts things, you know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We don't ask for money, none of that shit from anybody. We do this ourselves because we love our country. We love you, even though we don't know you. Even the haters, yeah, love you. Meet me on Street Beast. All the haters out there, even the fucking cops, put the badges, the guns, the qualified immunity down. Let's do this shit in the cage. Throw down. See how much of a man you really are without that badge. That's all I got to say to you. To the haters too. You know, it's funny you bump your gums on the online, but you won't meet a man in the cage. Shows how much of a man or girl you are. There's a lot of fucking pussy ass dudes on there. But anyway, I love every single one of y'all. Poor Dirt Farmer, thanks for coming out. You guys are awesome. Audits will be back out in the field here soon. Still fighting those cases. Got the Halloween case that I'm still fighting. Ain't really heard too much back on that, but I got a lot of great questions to ask this cop on the stand. There, Dennis J. Boots, you bitch. This is a peaceful channel, but when they do wrong to me, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? And a Matthew, or what was it, Michael Butts, the chief. Yeah, bud, you got something coming your way too, Bubba. Violating constitutional rights. You know what I'm saying? American with Disabilities Act, Barnwell. Hey, Mayor Ron Steele. You see that? People starting to step up. There's a lot of American with Disabilities Act violations going on in this city of Barnwell here. They like to exclude a lot of people. A lot of favoritism, a lot of nepotism out here in this county. All right, we've been following it. I know you've seen it. We've been unlawfully, unconstitutionally locked up for trying to get the Freedom of Information Act request out to the people here in Barnwell and South Carolina and the United States so they can see how corrupt they are here. Like, they are doing a lot of wrong here. And they've never been called out for it too often. So, the most recent one here in the news here, the People's Sentinel refuses to cover the story about Tyrannis Dixon, right? Poor guy got locked up for a murder he didn't even do because they didn't even want to do an investigation. You know, Noah C. Kleinhold, this dude, a little coward, he done erased his Facebook. But anyway, he locks a man up without doing an investigation, right? Tells the family when they're calling, telling them they got the wrong man. Oh no, everybody says that shit. Doesn't even think to show pictures to any of the victims or witnesses of the guy they're about to lock up. Locks this guy up for 67 days, then finally comes to the realization that, oh, we got the wrong guy. We pay these people $70,000 to $100,000 a year, but yet they can't do their job correctly. They can't even look at the pictures to make sure they got the right guy. Shit's fucking hilarious. Can't make this shit up, folks. But anyway, we're following that story. We got a couple other stories. You know, people have lost some family members and the cops refuse to do investigations on it. So we're on it, guys. Just got a lot going on. Fighting cases my damn self from shit that I shouldn't even be fighting. You know, having to pay bonds that we shouldn't even have had to pay. You know, but neither here nor there. We're free. We're doing it. We're out there getting it. Still doing in that work. Still putting in the Muay Thai and shit for you guys and myself. So, yeah, man. Anyway, we're going to get out of here, man. I got to take a shower. I'm sweaty. Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. You'll keep a lookout for the videos coming. Peace. Alright, guys. So we did all that today. We got the Teep, thrust kick, left roundhouse, right roundhouse, and some combos. I hope that was good enough for you. Again, we'll keep advancing through and showing you some of the advanced moves soon, but that's what you get for today. Alright, guys, J-Dub Audits out. You'll see us back in the field here in the near future.